Hey everyone, with Season 1 just around the corner, now is the perfect time to hone in your skills for the upcoming ranked play in Season 1 Reloaded. It's halfway through and we're gearing up for some intense action. Today I'm thrilled to share with you the ultimate beginner's guide for ranked Hardpoint. Whether you're new to the game or looking to sharpen your skills, this guide's got you covered. We'll dive into essential game mechanics like centering and tracking, explore the roles and loadout best suited for victory, and we'll take a quick dive into why map knowledge is so crucial. Plus, I'll be sharing more overall tips and tricks to get you fully prepped for the competitive scene. So gear up and stay tuned. Let's get ready for ranked hardpoint. Now let's jump straight in and talk about basic of movements. Personally, I stress this is my personal preference. I like to keep dolphin diving on. Sure, slide canceling is a thing, but it's not as dominant as it was back in 2019. It's somewhat less useful now. Mainly good for challenging or trying to bait cameras around corners, but dolphin diving, like we saw in Modern Warfare 2, it's still incredibly powerful. It's a great tactic for escaping gunfights and getting to safety quickly. One of the biggest advantages of sliding though is slide peeking. This move isn't just about engaging, it's about gathering information. You don't always have to walk around every corner ready to challenge the enemy. Instead, you can slide or speed peek to gather intel first and then make your move based on what you see. And let's not forget using stuns wisely. They're perfect for stun checking rooms or long lanes to clear short corners safely. A crucial tip here is never throw your stun and then immediately follow with a lethal. This leaves you stuck in animation for too long, unable to challenge effectively, turning into a sitting duck. It's all about smart play and knowing when to use your utilities for your advantage. Once you master movement and you're using your equipment wisely, next is aiming. While aiming is essential, it's only 5% of the battle in Call of Duty. Surprised? Well, most of your aim relies heavily on movement and positioning. It's about being in the right place at the right time and knowing how to respond when you get there. This 5% we're talking about boils down to two critical skills: centering and tracking. Centering means pre-aiming where you expect the enemies to appear. It's all about anticipation, positioning your crosshairs at potential threat zones before you even see the enemies, and then comes tracking, which is how well you can follow a target once they're in sight. Good tracking is about a smooth, consistent aim that sticks to your target through their movement. Like in Modern Warfare 2, when aimed down sight, strafing is your biggest friend. It gives you that sticky streamer aim. So relax your right stick, move left to right with your left stick. So remember, in Call of Duty, your movement, positioning, and how you anticipate enemies' action are just as crucial as your ability to pull the trigger. Now you might be wondering, okay, how can I improve these skills? Well, the simplest and most effective method is to practice against bots in a private match. Here's what you do. Turn off the time limit and set the match to 100 points. Enable headshots only, and most importantly, turn off your aim assist. This setup forces you to learn tracking without the crutch of aim assist. Spend about 10 to 15 minutes doing this every time before you play with a friend or hop online, and you'll notice significant improvements in your aim. As for centering, the best way to improve is by enhancing your map knowledge. And good news, I'm here to help with that in the next video. Alright, let's dive into the crucial aspect of roles and loadouts, especially for Hardpoint. Now, I can make a separate video on loadouts, but honestly, you can find plenty of resources online, and a good rule of thumb is to follow what the pros use. But before we jump into roles, let's get familiar with some key definitions you need to know for Hardpoint. Rotate, moving to the new objective before the enemy. Trade, eliminating an enemy who just took out your teammate to keep numbers even. Bump, letting your teammates advance while you take over their spot, maintaining game flow. Spawns. Good spawns are typically defense-sided or close to the hard point. Aim to hold good spawns and flip bad ones. Setup. Coordinated positioning on hard point, control point, or S&D bomb sites to secure points. Break. Coordinated attacks to disrupt enemy setups, preventing them from scoring. Strats. Strategies for moving from point A to point B to achieve your objectives. Objectives. Tasks like flipping spawns, rotating, setting up, gaining map control, and breaking setup. Now let's talk about roles in Hardpoint. There are mainly 3 roles: your main AR, your flex role. Usually team setups comprise 2 ARs, 2 SMGs, as per CDL rules. But who should play what? Having the right team roles in Hardpoint is like having the right pieces in a chess game. Main AR. The main AR is your team's back, responsible for hard blocking spawns, anchoring, cutting the mid lane, holding lanes. They create a structure for the team, typically being last to hold hill, to trade with the enemy. Their strategic positioning and lane controls are vital for the team's success. Flex roles. Players in the flex roles need to be versatile, ready to pull out an AR or an SMG as the situation demands. They slay out and are ready to fill in any roles that's needed at a moment's notice. whether it's assisting in defending the hardpoint, controlling lanes, or even stepping into the role of a rotator or anchor if the situation calls for. Main SMG. The main SMGs is your entry player. charged with pushing out, slaying to block spawns. They can be the first to rotate or soak up the objective. This player is a nuisance for the enemy team. Their role is they take out as many enemies possible, disrupt their attempts to set up a break. The buffer's primary focus should be preventing the enemy from gaining a foothold near the heart, ensuring that their team maintains control. Moving on to a crucial aspect of team play in Hardpoint is knowing your callouts. Communication can make or break a game. So here's what you need to do. Join my Discord and check out the Call of Duty tab. There you'll find the latest detailed map callouts, and I recommend saving these to your phone or computer, and before starting a match, just pull them up. Why? Because if you can't tell your teammates where you are or how you died, you're unfortunately going to be the weakest link in the team. And we can even break down these callouts into 3 categories. Information callouts. They're simple yet crucials, stuff like enemy there, I'm here. This basic information is key to situational awareness for the whole team. Action callouts. When you're making a move, let your team know, I'm pushing here, or play your life, I'm on my way. These callouts help coordinate team efforts and can lead to successful plays. Directional callouts. These are about positioning. I have your left, on your close right. This type of communication ensures that all angles are covered and the team is aware of potential threats from all directions. Remember, effective communication is not just about speaking, it's about relaying the right information at the right time. Get familiar with the callouts, practice them, and you'll be a valuable asset to any team in Hardpoint. Now, let's take a sneak peek at the map Karachi, as it will be our first case study. Let me lay down some more ground. Contrary to what I said before, Hardpoint is not just about controlling the hill, it's about how well a team can control and manipulate spawns. This is where the concept of good and bad spawns comes into play. Take a look at Karachi here. See where all the hardpoints are located? Now, which team do you think has the advantage here? If you guess the blue team, you're spot on. And here's why. Look at the position of P2. The second hardpoint. Notice it's very close to the initial spawns of blue team. That's why we call them the good spawns. Because when that 30-second mark hits and the rotator, your main SMG player most likely, needs to move, the blue team already has control of the spawns near P2. Their job just becomes that much easier. But there's another reason why this is considered a good spawn. Look at where the red team is spawned, all the way in what might as well be Narnia. If anyone from the blue team gets taken out, they spawn right next to the hill, keeping the pressure on and maintaining control. Now let's try again, but with Terminal. Which team do you think has the advantage here? That's right, the red team. They have a spawns of 4 out of 5 hardpoints. This is one of the more extremely unbalanced map in my opinions, but this is why understanding these dynamics is crucial in hardpoints. It's not just about being on the hill, it's about controlling the flow of the game through strategic spawn manipulation, so your team always has the advantage. So remember, in Hardpoint, your knowledge of the map and spawn points is crucial for your team's success. It's about being smart and anticipating your opponent's move. That's how you master Hardpoint. Now that's a wrap to our beginner's guide to Hardpoint. We've covered everything from the basic gameplay mechanics to pivotal roles, and we've scratched the surface of immense importance of map knowledge and spawn control. But this is just the beginning. In our upcoming episodes and case studies, we're going to do a deep dive into the art of controlling and manipulation of spawns, a skill that separates good players from the great. We'll be starting off with Karachi, dissecting every inch of it, understanding the best strategies for each hardpoint, how to dominate through smart spawn control. After Karachi, we'll cycle through all the ranked maps, breaking them down one by one. You'll learn not just where to be, but why to be there and when. It's this level of understanding that will elevate your gameplay and prepare you for high stakes of ranked play. So stay tuned, keep practicing, and remember, Hardpoint isn't just a game mode. It's a chess match where your knowledge, strategy, and teamwork decides your victory. Thanks for joining me today. Get ready to master each map. And I'll see you in the battlefield.